We are greater than the sum of us, all greater than some of us, greater than each piece apart. We are a body, an army, greater than any single art piece, and love in our hearts. And we are who we are behind doors in secret, in the deep depths and recesses. We aren't free yet.
There he is, Shad, the new host of CBC Radio's flagship arts and culture program, Q. He is an acclaimed, adored hip-hop artist. He beat out some 200 very talented people to land what is one of the most coveted jobs in Canadian public life, certainly in Canadian public broadcasting. He didn't just win new fans among listeners as guest host. Big-name guests also charmed by his warmth and curiosity. For example, one comedic legend from this country, Norm McDonald.
That's interesting, because to me, comedy is the highest art.
Really?
Because it's the most kind of simple and precise, and it holds the most things together. Like in one joke or one sort of comedic phrase or story, you can represent so many things. And laughter is kind of the thing that brings the most people together. I think even more than music, people like laughter. We got to wrap up, unfortunately.
All right, but you were awesome.
Well, thank you. You were great, and
I hope you
helped.
stay. I hope you stay here, do the job. That'd be awesome.
Thank you very much. I'd love to have you back if I do.
Yeah, that would be great.
So there you go. He did stay on and get the job. That was so guest host ago. Here's Shad now, named today as the permanent host of Q. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Really
it's an
nice
exciting
to
opportunity.
meet you. I bet it is. You know, I must say, the reaction on Facebook, on Twitter, it's been very, very positive, saying you're the best choice for the job.
Cool.
So that might toast to the country. How's that feel?
Yeah, it's very, very exciting. It's a special show. I thought that before they asked me to guest host and to try it out. It brings so many people together in this country. I can talk to my best friend's parents about it. I can talk to my neighbor about it. So it's really exciting to be a part of something like that.
I bet it is.
Yeah.
Be a time of invention and planning for to take over in mid-April. I don't know if you have specific plans yet, but let's look to the future, either specifically or more broadly, what you hope to say or reflect about the artistic and cultural identity of the country now.
Well, I've only been able to think big picture because I have such little experience with the show itself. But my mission in music has always been to make a contribution that's unique and positive to culture and to people's lives. And I hope to do exactly the same thing with the show. That's and alongside a brilliant team. And that's a really exciting part of it.
They are a terrific team at Q. You're absolutely right. You mentioned the music, and certainly from management at CBC, they said your connection with artists as a fellow artist was really one of the things they drew you or drew to them in terms of their hiring decision. Viewer questions, but we've been soliciting them all morning, and they have related to your music, wondering if there will be more opportunity to hear fellow musicians on the program and different performances, more performances. Is that part of the plan?
I think that's part of the plan. Again, I don't exactly know, and there'll be a lot of conversations around what the new goals are going to be for the show.
What about you doing
team.
duets or collaborations with the artists who are in?
I think that'd be fun if they were up for it.
Yeah?
I think it'd be a lot of fun. You know, music has always been a big part of the show. Music is transcendent. It makes people feel things. I think it's a big reason why people have gravitated towards the show in the past, and we want to continue that.
Well, that's somebody writing specifically. They'd like to hear those collaborations. Here's another tweet from one of our viewers wondering, this is from Steve O'Grime, how much of the indie music scene do you know?
Oh, a lot. Yeah, the music scene in Canada, we're a small country, so the music scene across genres is pretty close-knit, and there's so much common ground. I don't know anyone who listens to one genre of music, and especially not musicians, so there's a lot of common ground and a lot of community across genres in this country.
There you go,
for sure.
Steve, your answer, and you'll hear that obviously reflected in the new show. Are you going to keep or change the name?
I think the plan is to keep the name. I think it represents more than just the former host to a lot of people. It represents an excellent cultural affairs show in a lot of people's minds.
So you'd be okay with that?
I would be okay. I would be okay with that. Yeah.
Because there is, and you just brought in the subject, of course. It immediately invokes associations with Gian, and of course that story well known now. And I'm wondering, succeeding him after the scandal and the shock, but also after the success, because prior to the scandal, he was tremendously influential and successful.
Certainly.
So you're succeeding him on a couple of levels in a different way. I mean, did you contemplate that in deciding whether this was what you wanted to do, or how much did it figure at all?
Interestingly, it didn't figure in all that much. Like I said, this was so compatible with my mission in music. I saw it as an extension of the same thing. and really such an exciting opportunity to make a contribution with a big impact. And that's really what I've been focusing on more than anything. At the same time, it's certainly a situation to step into, and my thoughts are mainly with the team and how they're doing coming off of that. And
they very much wanted to continue, though, after the
And they've
initial...
done an amazing job of continuing, especially with all these guest hosts cycling through and having to catch everyone up to speed, and they'll certainly have to bring me up to their level.
You have a few weeks yet to go.
Totally.
Mid-April.
Yeah.
Some people wondering, what about your music career? I mean, you have 4 albums to your credit. You have a Juno Award and many other nominations as well. Will you be able to continue as a performer?
Yeah, that's the hope.
Okay.
That's the hope. I definitely want to get. I want to get my
full-time gigs?
Yeah, I want to get my bearings here first and make sure I'm at the level of the show, and hopefully take it to new levels. But I definitely want to continue with music. I don't think I really have a choice. It's something that's in you, and if it's in you, you're gonna do it. So I'm sure I'll find time for both.
April the 20th. That's the date of your first show.
That's the date. Yeah.
Any thought whom you'd like as your first guest?
Oh, wow. Well, that'll be a fun conversation with the team.
Won't that be? Who do
really
we
will.
want to have to usher in the new Shad era? It's important. That'll be an important choice, I would imagine.
Certainly, and there's so many voices out there, and fortunately, Q is at a level where they can bring those people in. So whoever has the most insightful, poignant, compelling insights into the human condition and the conditions we live in, that's working in art and culture, that's who I want to have at the desk, yeah.
You mentioned it during your guest host era that Kanye would be a dream guest, or the U.S. President, Mr. Obama. So, you know, that might not be a bad way to signal, hey, I'm here.
They both fit the bill, yeah.
Let's
see if we can bring them in. Yeah.
Okay, that's first guest, potentially. A really interesting question from another viewer, at Young Streeter, great handle. If this was your last day after a 20-year run on Q, what lasting impression would you want listeners to have of you?
That's an excellent question.
Isn't that an excellent question? We have smart listeners, as you will know, and viewers here at CBC.
I would love for people to have a sense of relationship to me and to the show. But beyond that, I think I would want people to have a sense of my service. I would really want people to know and feel that I've worked hard for them to show them something interesting and something worthwhile.
About themselves and the country?
About themselves, about the country. Again, it's the same mission I have in music. I want people to, at the end of that career, to feel like that guy worked hard to offer us something worthwhile.
Okay.
Yeah.
May you have that 20-year run.
Well,
what a pleasure to meet you, Shad. We'll be listening April 20th. Best of luck.
Thank you very much.
All right, there he is, the new host of Q. And again, the first day on the job, permanent host, April 20th. So we thought we might as well conclude our conversation with a little more of Shad's music for you to enjoy this morning here on CBC News Network.
Behind doors in secret, in the deep depths and recesses, we aren't free yet. We are how we treat our sick folks and widows, rich with broken hearts, broken and crippled, and so it's weak. We are not what we eat, but what comes out of our mouths when we